comment, like,
share, and subscribe.
Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Spicy, tasty vegan cuisine.
lañ suma yaay ak suma papa lañ mama Naasira ak Dr. Joso ñëw nañ fii Gambia spend nañ fi almost juróomi at ñu ngi bàyyi xel di seet comme que ñoom fu ñu jógee di ñëw fii nit ñi lu ñoo lekkee dinaa ne dafa utee ñun niñ ko fetee defee waaye leneen lañ bàyyi xel suñu société bi mooy ne ni ñoo naanee ataaya dafa am doole torop waaye naan bi aayut waaye li sukkur bu dee dugg si ataaya bari na bari doole boo xamante ni xam nañ ne mu ngi ñoo jural feebar yu bëri parce que ni ñu ko xamee diabétique bi dafa am doole so suñu wér-gu-yaram dafa am maanaam torop pour ñu war koo bàyyi xel you know parce que yàlla ji ni ñu ko dee wax ñu ne du jógee si kaw ñëw wax la ne bàyyi xel li yàgg lii waaye dafa la jox xel bi pour nga xalaat kon jox na la ji so loolu lañ doon wax ni naka la ñoo naanee ni ataaya bi fan la dooree ak fan la faaxee ko histoire yi ataaya si boppam naka la jógee ñun suñu société bi fii so si loolu lañ nekk di waxtaan nii ñu ne naa wax jërëjëf waxtaan la pour nit ñi xam mun ngeen naan ataaya waaye ñu xam nuñ koo naanee baax na torop ñu sàmm suñu wér-gu-yaram sukkur bu faa dugg ak ban façon ngi ataaya la ñoo naan parce que am nañ suñu jiwu fii kinkiliba yaa ngi fii mbor yaa ngi fii you know naka la tuddi sa mama kunko yo yaa ngi fii yu bëri mu nga xam ne si suñ suuf sii lam day jógee fii nii so lu tax mënuñoo use loolu noonu yëpp pour toogal ko suñu bopp comme mu nekk ataaya so tooga ataaya bi dem nañu nag sukkur bi dañ ko war a bàyyi xel bu baax parce que nit ki boo demee ba am 50 fa nga war a doon di enjoy sa life waaye doo dunda ba 50 ay 60 ngay doon di am problème kon sa dunda bi amul njëriñ so moo tax si gàttal ñu ñëw fii nii di ko waxtaane jërëjëf.
Now you said tarap. What is that? I forgot.
Tarap means a lot.
A lot? Yes.
Tarap,
in the kitchen that's used quite a bit with the food. Yeah. I'm learning a little.
Neex na torop. Neex na torop means it's way too nice.
Way too much.
It's way too nice.
Too much sugar.
We certainly
Appreciate the good brother just being able to translate and get it out to more people. Now, Mama Naasira and I have been here a while, trying to pick up here and there, and I've just come to the conclusion. If there's over 3,000 languages in the continent of what some call Africa, we know it as
Kebalan.
I think telepathy is the best way to go. Now, the brothers summarized what it was, but the main culprit we're talking about is the white sugar.
To many Gambians, as Atire cup, the green tea, the fourth serving comes with a full servings of sugar to this amount here, to this level, and the second serving comes to this amount of measurement, or a little bit up, you know. And the third as well comes in the same. Morning Atire servings done.
The white sugar. Now there is a hand clapping between what we have in some of the Western countries with coffee and with Atire with the white sugar. And that is, an addiction will jump forward to you. You can see it right in the face if you stop it and you have a physical effect. And both, whether it's the coffee with the caffeine, it's the sugar, when they stop drinking this Atire, if they're a regular Atire drinker, they will get a headache. Now, most of us know up front about the things about white sugar, about how it is not good for the organs in your body, how it affects your brain, how it affects your pineal gland in a very not so good way. And also for the men, since it affects the flow of your blood, your arteries, you're talking about your manhood. And with that in mind, that creates other problems. So the main problem is the sugar. The other things we'll bring about is what kind of herbs do they use? And are there alternatives to that? So what we're going to do is we're going to show you how the Atire is made. And we want you to focus attention on the amount of sugar that is put in.
Yes, and also I want to also introduce Lyman, who has been here almost a year. We've been here in the complex. He's the one that takes care of the whole area here, because it's more than one compound that you supervise. And so we're really grateful, because I've seen you do the whole work with the attire, and I'm like, wow, you know, it looks like the real black Arab in here. So, hey, so I just kind of think that it's really good for you, you know, if you want to give us a little bit of, you know, your experience with the attire. I know, yeah, so give us a little something.
You can help us out.
Yeah, help us out
So we
interpret.
want to ask, how long have you been on Atire? Do you drink it often? How long does it take to make it? And how do you feel about it?
Yeah, I have to follow.
Yeah.
Okay. Assalamualaikum. Man Lamin maa ñëw Duba. Programme bi neex na trop. Dafa mel ni mayante xel. Ku la may xel kooku yàlla moo ko fay. Loolu moo ñu toogaloo fii. So man mun naa ne que am naa 40 years. waaw bu ma commencé naan ataaya léegi 5 years laa commencé naan ataaya. But ataaya programme yi dañu bëri foofu si suma gis-gis laa wax am nañu wax ne ataaya mbooloo la daf dee neexaay mbooloo comme ñu toogee nii.
Yeah, what is he doing?
Understand?
Yeah.
Mun naa ko translate.
Yeah, you can translate it.
They translate it.
Yeah. Dafa dee neexal mbooloo. So comme ñu toogee nii teg banaata waxtaan bi neex. Kii wax kii wax kii wax kii wax. Loolu tam daf dee neexal si ataaya. Ok. Leneen tam comme maanaam comme li nga wax lu nekk dafa am limite. Ifi naan ndox nga lekk ba pare nga naan ndox dafa am limite soo ko ëppalee rek dafa la sonn. Ataaya tam di same thing. Ataaya ni ko dee naanee nit yi bëri dafa am différent comme man mu dee naanee ataaya ak Ismaïla mu dee naanee ataaya ak kii mu dee naanee ataaya dafa nekk différent. Nekkul benn.
Very interesting part.
You understand?
Yeah, he said the
Yes.
attire has
Okay.
been something like he has been drinking attire for almost close to 40 years.
Wow. And you still have your tea.
Yeah. You know, but he said in our Gambian community, you will realize that the boys or the men or the elderly would see it as it's something that spices up a gathering. So what the very most important point that he touched here is the way he drinks attire and the way Ismaila drinks attire and the way Mama Naasira and Dr. Joe will be drinking attire is different.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that difference, I think, is what we are still trying to talk about, the awareness. You know, how do people survive close to many years without having problems with attire.
Comme la maanaam soo nekkee comme ba fii si capital man ma dee toog si ataaya xam nga lu nekk xel la nga nekkul ne docteur mu la wax ne dafa xel moo la may nga mootul feebar yeneen feebar man daal yàgg naa naan ataaya wan nag musuma gis nit ku am ne ataaya am ko feebar wala man dama yàgg naan ataaya musuma am feebar nag parce que dama dee bàyyi suma xel.
ak tamit daal da ngay liggéey tamit.
exact dama dee liggéey.
da ngay ñaxal lu bëri
dama dee ñax.
so dafa mel ni lu bëri da nga
yaa ngi gis ba pare lu ma toogal suma ataaya tam comme maanaam suma ataaya léegi-léegi man kenn la léegi-léegi mu ñaan xam nga loolu yëpp xel moo ko dee gis.
te yaa ko dee toogal sa bopp.
ma dee toogal suma su ma tegee si plateau bi nii day mu baax ndox bi baax ma sotti ataaya su ma sottee ataaya ndox boobu lañ ko dee tuur pour ma wàññi boobu.
mun naa wax loolu si kanam après.
Exact.
What he is saying is the way he brew his attire is totally different. What he does is he will brew water first, and the water will be boiling to a very high degree, and then pour the attire in it, and you will have to pour that water down to reduce the strength of the attire,
Okay.
and then carry on. But also, I've noticed he also walks a lot. So he sweats a lot. He do a lot of physical job activities. So at least he's kind of taking out most of the
information,
the
sugar.
the side effects of attire. So.
Yes.
Okay, now we also have Brother Ismail here, and we'd like to ask him the same questions. How long have you been drinking an Atire? And how does it make you feel?
Yeah, man. Today, start. Let me have my what's the other.
Yeah.
Yes,
But
please.
hey, nowadays now Atire sometimes you have class. You know, die. You get the universe must have my time. Nothing more can the one have. See me. That's the man take out the one of them is my sad boy.
No.
Half cast.
They made
Yung time they may be super bad, we go nani. The new hamburger.
Yes.
With the vibrate.
I believe you understand the system.
Yes.
The one of my system.
They
So
better.
nano best.
But we made it.
Mamuna nakala. So my wife said I'm there. Small hall with the high tanga because of Atire.
Please, tell.
Yeah.
No.
So it's like
Some people, when they don't drink Atire,
Even gyms are damade them gym regular damade them down every Sunday they get up unless you get
He's talking about the effects of what he
attire,
says.
yeah.
Please,
From his
explain.
own experience of attire, he drinks attire, but he only consumes half a glass. That's what he said. He said, but now he consumes that half a glass simply when the workers are at the house working. They share that among themselves. He said, but it reaches to a point now that if he doesn't drink it for the whole day, he will start to have some headaches, feeling heavy headaches and all those stuff, and it can also depress him
Oh, yes.
and stress him up. If he doesn't drink attire for the whole day, he can be in a stressful mood.
Yeah. Wow.
Mood swing. So he must get that attire for his mood to change at some point. So it means he's been addicted now.
Yes.
Yes.
So
Coffee drinkers, does this sound familiar? Okay, now, part of what we here is to give you some healthy alternatives. Number one, let's start with the white sugar itself. What alternatives can we have for white sugar? Number one, here in the Gambia, they have local honey, and their local honey is good. Mama Naasira and I, we had challenges living in the States because our air is not all that clean. With what we have, the skies are not always as bright as they should be. We have some planes that are dropping the geoengineering, as we call it. So we have things coming down from the sky on us. And if you're a bee, the bees are not as healthy as they can be. So Mama and I did not want to consume honey from unhealthy bees. Now, the Gambia, you don't have that problem. You have wonderful honey. Of course, you can have a challenge with some people putting white sugar in it to try to increase the quantity so they could sell more. But that's something, if you're good with observation, you can tell. The second thing I wanted to point out is the never die, or the moringa seed. Yeah, you take a seed, and we'll show you the seed. Look at the seed, a picture of it, and we'll open it up. Take one seed out, and just chew on that seed. Then drink your attire without the white sugar. It's going to be sweet and effervescent. The third thing we've noticed is that you can use what is called tandamarin.
Tandar.
Tandaman. We're talking about dates.
Dates, yeah, tandar.
And you can use different types of dates. You can even make a date sugar.
Popularly in Ramadan.
In Ramadan?
Ramadan, they use it to break their fast.
Yes, in Ramadan they use it to break their fast.